Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is Nick Liebert with Exit Strategy Realty. I am at my office today by myself, but wanted to get a good connection here, and I'm going to bring right along in here my friend Taylor. He is going to be talking to us today, career building. And Taylor, I think you're about to join us now. As soon as he gets on here, my vision for this. Taylor, hey, what's going on?
Hi, how are you?
Hi. You look a lot better and better lit than I do right now. I hate you.
I'm sitting in front of a window.
Well, I am not. I'm sitting in a windowless spot here, but I'm in my office. And want to thank you for being with me today. As some of you guys already know, Taylor is a wonderful person and got a great heart, but also is really well known in the career building community. He was at LinkedIn for a number of years and has now been for several years at Indeed, and has done a lot of wonderful things for people's careers. So I'm hearing a little bit of feedback from his end, but that's okay because we're going to talk one at a time. What we want to do for you today, and this is a part of our consumer education series at Exit, is we want to help you guys in this time of need, whether you're out of work, you're being furloughed, or you're simply wanting to better yourself because this is the time we have to get together with our resumes. Maybe you want to change positions. Maybe this is the time you need a new position. So whatever the situation is, Taylor's got some really great resources for you, some ideas to help you with your resume. So I'm going to let Taylor take it from here.
Yeah, thanks, Nick. So, being at Indeed, as you would imagine, for those of you who have used the site in the past, it's been a very interesting time for us. We're actually seeing a significant increase in traffic on our site as people are getting displaced and needing to consider alternative work paths. We're definitely seeing an increase, and so I think right now is the time to make sure that your online presence is polished and tightened up. And one of the best ways that you can do that is to have a resume that speaks to who you are as a person, as a professional, and make sure that you know the correct tools to use. So what I thought that I could do is just kind of give you some insight into what I think is working really well right now for some people in terms of resume optimization, and then exactly what to do with it, I think is important. So the first tip I'd like to offer is, if you're in a position right now of needing to find supplemental income or a different role, the way that I like to describe building out a resume is kind of balancing art and science behind the actual construction of it. What do I mean by that? So first and foremost, the art behind your resume is to really articulate with inside of the content of your resume who you are as a person, what you value, and the type of work that you're interested in. So often we see resumes that I just feel are very static. They don't have any personality, any color to them at all. And they get very boring to read by recruiters. And so the idea is if you can create a living document that represents who you are and what you believe, that's going to suit you very, very well. Then, of course, pairing art with science is that you really want to make sure that you're using keywords that stand out to recruiters. And also stand out with an SEO, so search engine optimization, when you're using websites like Indeed or LinkedIn. What I can offer you in terms of a pro tip here is, think about transferable skill sets that you currently possess in the role that you have now, and leverage those as keywords on your resume. So, for example, when I think of like a real estate agent, for example, one of the key traits that I certainly look for in an agent is time management. So if you are someone who has been able to, that's going to be a skill set that a lot of employers are looking for right now, especially in uncertain times when things are changing, not just day by day, but hour by hour. So what I would make, the recommendation I would have for you is create a list of skill sets you feel you possess that you've worked on over time, and then pepper those throughout your resume, specifically in those bullet points below your experience section. I think that could be a great way to articulate your experience, but then also showcase what you've been working on and what you could bring to the table uniquely. Once you actually then do that and you have a document that you feel good with, and one thing I want to caveat by saying is for those fellow perfectionists on the line, try not to get too caught up in that. I know that we want to put our best foot forward, but do know that that perfectionism is certainly not something that's going to help you here. So spend time, creating a document that you feel proud of, but don't pause on posting it anywhere because you feel like it's not perfect. What you can do with this resume then, so two things. I'll focus on Indeed and LinkedIn just based on my own experience of working at those organizations. But for anyone who doesn't know this, this is true for both Indeed and LinkedIn. So employers actually pay us back-end access to be able to go in and search for resumes or search for candidates on the site without you being able to see that they're doing so. So one thing that you can do is if you haven't created an Indeed account, go in, you can actually fill out all of your credentials, you can fill out an assessment based on your skill sets, and then you can upload your resume. We have over 100 million employers that use Indeed to search for candidates. And so while you're on the platform and you're actually searching for jobs, at the same time, do know that in the background, employers are searching for you. So getting your resume uploaded is going to be a great way for employers to message you and tap you first if they feel that you're a fit for the role and maybe it's a position that you didn't organically come across yourself. So that's something that you can do that will be really great. If you have additional questions on either ways to format your resume for Indeed, how to create a profile, if you just go to Indeed.com, in the very bottom of the screen, there are a series of tabs at the bottom. One of them is career advice. Click into that. And then we have a direct link for all things COVID-19 support as well. That's one route you can go. The second route is, of course, LinkedIn, right? So what I would recommend doing is Indeed is a job search engine. So imagine a Google for jobs, if you will. So we go out multiple times a day and pull in new jobs that are posted. But we are not a social networking site. LinkedIn is. So what you can do is once you've identified roles that you like or that you think would be suitable for you, what you can then do is go to LinkedIn and search for recruiters at those companies and then send a personalized invite. So when you go to connect with an individual on LinkedIn, there's an option to leave a note. What I would recommend is do that, introduce yourself, say hello, indicate the position you've applied for, and then that way then at least the recruiter will be able to pull up your profile, identify you quickly, and then either respond back or make a recommendation for you. But of course, being said, you want to make sure that your LinkedIn profile is up to snuff as well, and that all the same information that you have either in your resume or your Indeed profile is replicated on your LinkedIn profile as well. It's an online representation of who you are as a professional. So make sure you spend time filling out your summary section, fill out your experience section, and put your best foot forward in that sense. And then I wanted to just offer up quickly, if you do have additional questions or if your job is impacted by COVID and you need additional support, Indeed is offering a free webcast on March 31st that is going to be all things navigation of employment right now with COVID. It's going to be led by one of our career coaches based in Austin, Texas, as well as our director of social impact, Abby Carlton, who leads all of our philanthropic efforts. And we are putting a lot of time and resources into that right now. So wanted to offer that up as a free resource for everybody. So Nick, I didn't know if you had any questions for me or if we've gotten any questions from anyone on the line, but happy to answer them for you. And then of course be a resource.
Well, definitely, I'm going to post this onto YouTube, and we're going to put the link to the specific webinar on March 31st in that YouTube channel. So that'll be right there for now. Taylor, we don't have any specific questions right now, but I know people are probably going to want to follow up afterwards, maybe. Can they get a hold of you through social media?
Yeah, the best way would either be Instagram or LinkedIn. So find me on either platform, connect with me, and I'm always available for questions for you. And then that career, like I said, that career tab at the bottom of Indeed's webpage is going to link you to our landing site for all things related to COVID. That could be helpful.
Awesome. Taylor, thank you so much. I'm going to let you go. I know you're a busy guy. Appreciate you.
Talk soon. Bye.
All right, guys. So that's it. That is Taylor. And Taylor did a wonderful job for us. I would advise you guys, please do not wait to get your resume cleaned up, to get things out. If you guys are frustrated or down right now, now is not the time to put your head in the sand. It's a time to get your head out of the sand and really get in the game. As strange as that sounds, there are employers looking. Maybe it's a temporary position. Maybe it is a permanent position. Maybe you're okay at your job, but you want to start exploring. You have the time right now. This entire series is called it's hashtag It's Time, because really it is time to grow in all this, not just to get through this, but grow. So thank you guys for being here today. Tomorrow, 12:30, I'll be at my house, and Brock Williams, another good friend of mine, is going to be talking interior design, how to spruce up your home. If it's time to sell, I'm going to give you the expertise on if it's time to sell, and Brock's going to tell you how to get top dollar even in this market based on some staging advice. So thank you guys very much for being here. This will be on my YouTube channel shortly. Bye-bye.